What's going on, everybody? It's John Dayton back again with another bass video here. Like I said in my last video, a lot of what we're going to do here is this bass build. So what I've got is a bass kit, a DIY kit from Solo. Solo is located in Canada. I'll tell you the name if I can find it. Mississauga. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Mississauga, Ontario. I kind of wanted to do a kit just to see how they would come out. I've watched a bazillion other videos of people doing the DIY kits. Guns and Guitars is one. They do pretty much a video of like once a month. They'll get a kit from a different company. The reason I went with Solo is because it was getting increasingly difficult to find the kits because of the ban on rosewood, is my guess. A lot of the kits just aren't available, your typical jazz bass or precision bass, which I was really kind of a toss-up of wanting to do one of those, but I couldn't find one. As I kept searching the internet from the different companies, there's some minor features that I was really looking out for, but I just couldn't find them all in the same instrument. So I ended up with Solo because the only real good kit that they had was a PJ bass, which my last decent PJ bass I actually sold. I hadn't played it for a long time. I bought my new Schecter, and I'm going to hold this up a second. So look at cardboard for a minute. Kick that back. So the best kit I could find with all the features I was looking for was a PJ. So we went ahead with that. I'm looking at the fretboard here. It says in the description, and then when I asked about it through their service online, they said this fretboard is poplar. I've kind of scraped it down to get it smooth a little bit, and it's hard to tell the difference between this and rosewood. It's about the same color, and I certainly believe them that it's different, but just as far as the surface is, I would say that it is... I would agree that it's poplar, but it's stained very much to look like rosewood. And I'm sure it's not the poplars that are growing in millions of backyards across the United States. And there's different types of poplar. Tulip poplar, I think, is one that gets used in guitars. But with the ban on rosewood being able to ship in and out of countries, I'm sure the major manufacturers like Fender and Gibson are snatching up as much rosewood as they can. So I wanted to get this kit. There's another reason here. You can see all the holes are pre-drilled. We're looking at the body there, the front of the body. This is basswood, which is very common for these lower end DIY kits. This was about $160. You can get upgraded bodies on a lot of the kits if you kind of look around, but you'll pay more, and if you're really then in that price range, you might as well just go buy a bass that's already put together. I do have some mechanical skills, so I don't really doubt that I can put this together without any problem. Why are we blurry? There we go. You know, I can use hand tools. I can do some woodworking, but again, I want to point out that the holes are pre-drilled on here. If you look at the back, there's the pocket for the electronics. This hole's drilled for the cover there. Your neck holes are drilled, and everything up here is pre-done. Of course, it's a maple neck with the poplar fretboard. The fretboard did come a little rough, and I'll show in another video what I did to take care of that. You got all your electronics. You know, it comes with some fairly basic pickups, I'm sure, but again, I think one of the reasons you get into a kit like this is then I can get some nice EMG pickups or something like that to put on there. Got your bag of electronics, all the pots are there. Yeah, they send you some strings. I don't know, hard to tell whether these are any good or not. The bridge is kind of a different looking bridge than I've seen before, so I'm excited to use that. Knobs, all your plastic covers, and then the tuners, which again, that's a good point of upgrading in a kit like this. I'm sure these are very basic. Probably don't have a very good gear ratio, but we'll give it a shot. So this, I've opened this kit. I've actually done a little bit of work on it already. The body was sealed with a clear coat already. They just kind of give it a rough spray. According to their information, it's to help it withstand temperature changes while it's in the factory, while it's in shipping, those sorts of things. So I have sanded it down. I started with a 150 grit paper, and I have a whole set of wet dry sandpaper that goes all the way up to 1,000 grit, which is very smooth. It's like rubbing Comet on it or any kind of powdered cleanser. But I started with the 130 and then went to a 400 just to get it really smooth, because with just the clear coat spray on there, it did have, it was very rough, so it had to be sanded either way. My idea of the finish is to kind of leave this section natural on the back and the front. I did get some spray paint from a company that offers colors in old typical colors that you would see old guitars in. So I'm going to do natural down the center, color, and then then I'll do the back of the neck in the same natural tone that the body's going to be in, and then that'll be across the back. So I don't know, I thought it would look kind of neat, be different. I've never really seen too many guitars out there that are paint and natural wood tone. The neck needed a little bit of sanding on the back, so I just kind of hit that with the 130, that red paper, and then did some 400 along just to get it smooth. I'll put a couple coats of the color on there and then some clear, and then probably go over it with some steel wool so it's nice and smooth and fast. But I also want to try to keep that color. It'll be the same color on the back of the neck that it'll be through the middle of the body, so that'll be kind of cool. The fretwork on this is not horrible. They look like they're crowned pretty well. The edges need a little bit of work. I can easily hit that with my finger there going across. So right now it would be playable, but I'm sure I would scratch the hell out of my hand. So I'll need to work on that. I need to get some files for that. But I did scrape down the in between wood parts there because they were rough in spots. So, but I'll do that in another video. But just wanted to give you a good idea of what we've got planned coming up here. I'll swing around here, take a look at. We're in my garage, my practice space, and this is my Schecter. It's the Omen Extreme 4, the Diamond series. And this old monster is my Ibanez EX series. These were very beginner priced basses when I started playing. This was the first brand new bass that I bought. I actually had an Ovation bass before this, a white one. But I used to, when I was in a band, I would play this bass, take it on stage. In the store, I would have swore it was a dark blue. I got it out in regular light, and it's purple. But every time I played, everybody said, "Oh, that purple bass is really cool." But no, it doesn't. It has no value to anybody but me. So I keep it. And for right now, I just have a little Rumble 40 practice amp. You can see I've got tons of sheet music and lessons and stuff that I've been working on. Those are things we'll talk about in upcoming videos where I get all that stuff, who I look to for online lessons. So thanks for watching the videos. If you like it and subscribe, that would be great. I'll be doing stuff like this and get this bass build. So we're excited for that, because I'd like to have a good PJ bass, get some fancy pickups in it after we get it running. So anyway, thanks for watching my videos, and should be back in a couple days or a week to show you some progress on this bad boy. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.